think today is day 30. Might be wrong, might be right, but it's 4:30 in the morning. The hair proves it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do some yoga. I'm gonna keep at it. It's still just another day, right? So yeah, it's 4:30, and it's Wednesday. I'm gonna fire off my email in the morning. I got a lot to do still. I'm gonna wrap up everything that I promised for you guys. Gonna do my readings from the Cash Flow Quadrant and finish up that Tom Morris thing. I got one more condition left, and hopefully I'll squeeze that in here in the next 30 days. Because I'm gonna release everything at once, and then I'm gonna also summarize everything. I think tomorrow with a summary or like a wrap-up video. So that's what I'll do on Thursday. Yeah, I'm about to do some morning yoga. Then I'll make some coffee, read a little bit. I'll see if I can record when I'm reading, because that way I have two birds, one stone. It just won't be very loud, because family's sleeping, so you just have to adjust your microphone or the volume on your end, not your microphone, the volume. Yeah, I guess I can just take a little bit more video throughout my day today. I think I'm going to the office. I don't know yet. My day's kind of so sporadic that depends on what my family needs, family gets. So we'll see. They want to wake up at 6:30, so I have 2 hours to have for myself. Start with brushing my teeth, washing my face, drinking some water, and then stretching and yoga and twisting and getting the blood to the brain and the muscles. So anyway, I never need talking too long, so hopefully I'll see you here in a little bit.
Chapter 7, The Power of Faith. In my senior year of high school, Rich Dad's son, Mike, and I were lined up in the front of a small group of students made up primarily of leaders of our class. Our guidance counselor turned to Mike and me and declared, "The two of you will never amount to anything." Some of our classmates laughed as the counselor continued, "From now on, I am not going to waste any more time on either of you. I'm only going to spend my time with the students who are class leaders. You two are the class clowns with bad grades, and you will never amount to anything. Now, get out of here." Biggest favor of all. That counselor did Mike and me a huge favor. While her words hurt us deeply, they were also inspiring for both of us to strive even harder. Her words carried us through college and into our own businesses. A few years ago, Mike and I went to our high school reunion. Always an interesting experience. It was nice to visit with people we had spent 3 years with during a period of time when none of us really knew who we were. It was also interesting to see most of our so-called senior leaders had not become successful in the years after high school. Mike and I were not academic whiz kids. We were not class leaders, financial geniuses, or athletic stars. For the most part, we were slow to average learners and students. In my opinion, we were not as naturally gifted as our fathers. But it was those stinging words from our guidance counselor, coupled with the snickering from our classmates, that gave us the fire to plod along, to learn from our mistakes, and to keep going in both the good times and the bad times. Just because you did not do well in school, were not popular, are not good in math, are rich or poor, or have other reasons to sell yourself short, none of it matters in the long run. Those so-called shortcomings only count if you think that they count. For those of you who are considering embarking on your own financial fast track, you may have some doubts about your abilities. All I can say is this: trust that you have everything you need right now to be successful, financially successful. All it takes to bring out your God-given natural gifts is your desire, determination, and a deep faith that you have a genius and a gift that is unique. Look in the mirror and listen to the words. A mirror reflects back more than just a visual image. It often reflects back our thoughts. How often we have seen people look in the mirror and say such things as, "Oh, I look horrible. Have I put on that much weight? I'm really getting old." Or, my, I damn good looking. I'm a God's gift to women." I don't know why I did a southern accent. And who says my, really? Thoughts are reflections. Mirrors reflect back much, much more than what the eyes see. Mirrors also reflect back our thoughts and our opinions of ourselves. These thoughts or opinions are much more important than our outward appearance. Many of us have met people who are beautiful on the outside but believe that they are ugly, or people who are greatly loved by others but cannot love themselves. Our deepest thoughts are often reflections of our souls. Thoughts are a reflection of our love for ourselves, our egos, our dislike of ourselves, and how we treat others, and our own self-opinion. Money doesn't stay with people who don't trust themselves. Personal truths are often spoken in moments of peak emotion. After explaining the cash flow quadrant to an individual or a group, I give them a moment to decide the next step. First, they decide which quadrant that they're in right now. Next, I ask which quadrant they would like to move to, if they need to move. Some people look at me and say, "I'm happy exactly where I am." Others say, "I'm not happy, but I'm not willing to change or move at this time." And there are other people who are unhappy where they are and know they need to do something immediately. People in this category often speak most clearly about their personal truths. They use words that reflect their opinions of themselves, words that reflect their soul. And that is why I say personal truths are spoken at moments of peak emotion. At these moments of truth, I often hear, here's a list of bullet points, "I can't do that. I can't move from S to B. Are you crazy? I have a wife and 3 kids to feed. I can't do that. I can't wait 5 years before I get another paycheck. Invest? You want me to lose all my money, don't you? I don't have any money to invest. I need more information before I do anything. I've tried that before. It doesn't work. I don't need to know how to read financial statements. I can get by. I don't have to worry. I'm still young. I'm not smart enough. I would do it if I could find the right people to do it with me. My husband would never go for it. My wife would never understand. What would my friends say? I'm too old. I'm too young. It's not worth it. I'm not worth it." All words are mirrors. Personal truths are spoken at moments of peak emotion. All words are mirrors, for they reflect back some insight as to what people think about themselves, even though they may be speaking about someone else. My best advice, for those of who are ready to move from one quadrant to another, the most important advice I know to give you is to be very aware of your words. Be especially aware of the words that come from your heart, your stomach, and your soul. If you're going to make a change, you must be aware of the thoughts and words generated by your emotions. That's why they say make those affirmations with passion and emotion, because they are like 100 times more powerful than just reading them kind of like you're reading out a textbook, right? If you're not aware when your emotions are doing your thinking, you will never survive your journey. You will always hold yourself back. If you say, "My spouse will never understand," you are really saying to yourself, you may be using your spouse as an excuse for your own inaction. You might actually be saying, "I don't have the courage or communication skills to convey these new ideas." All words are mirrors that provide opportunities for you to look into your soul. Or if you say, "I can't stop working and start my own business. I have a mortgage and a family to think about," you might really be saying, "I'm tired. I don't want to do anything anymore." Or, "I really don't want to learn anything more." Those are personal truths. And that's why getting up an extra hour and a half earlier in the morning and going to bed earlier is getting you to where you want to be without having to giving up your 9 to 5 and having to worry about paying your bills. Personal truths are also personal lies. These truths, and they're also lies, If you lie to yourself, your journey will never be completed. My best advice is to listen to your doubts, fears, and limiting thoughts, and then dig deeper for the real truth. For example, if you say, I'm tired, and I don't want to learn something new, the truth may be, it may be a truth, but it's also a lie. The real truth may be, if I don't learn something new, I'll be even more tired. And even deeper than that, the truth is, I love learning new things. I would love to learn something new and get excited about my life again. Maybe whole new worlds would open to me. Once you can get to that point of the deeper truth, you may find a part of you that is powerful enough to help you change. Our journey. Before Kim and I could move forward, we had to be willing to live with the opinions and criticisms we had about ourselves. We had to be willing to live with our doubts, but not to let them stop us. Occasionally the pressure would get to the boiling point and our own self-criticisms would flare up. I would blame her for my doubts and she would blame me for hers. But we both knew before starting out on this journey that the only thing we had to ultimately face was our own personal doubts, criticisms, and inadequacies. Our real job as husband and wife, business partners, and soulmates along the journey was to keep reminding each other that each of us was much more powerful than our individual doubts, pettiness, and inadequacies. In that process, we learned to trust ourselves more. The ultimate goal for us was more than to simply get rich. It was to learn to be trustworthy with ourselves as well as with our money. Remember that the only person who determines the thoughts you choose to believe about yourself is you. So the reward from the journey is not freedom that money buys, but the trust you gain in yourself. My best advice is to prepare yourself daily to be bigger than your smallness. In my opinion, the reason most people stop and turn back from their dreams is because the tiny person found inside each of us wields more power than our bigger person. Even though you may not be good at everything, take time developing what you need to learn, and your world will change rapidly. Never run from what you know you need to learn. Face your fears and doubts, and new worlds will open to you. Take action. Believe in yourself and start today. Start today. Start with your miracle morning. Read the affirmation. Boom. Set yourself up for waking up at 4:30, 5, whatever, and start your day. Start the day doing what you want to do. All right, that's it for the quadrant. I'm in the process of reading the Dale, it's kind of hard to get the light on it, Dale Carnegie's worrying book. You'll have the benefit of actually listening to the worried portion of this book while you're going on through your own 30-day miracle morning. I'm reading this after, so you'll get the benefit of learning how to deal with your worry, and then after that we'll go into the how to win friends and influence people. So once we control our own emotions, then we'll learn and open up ourselves to ways to actually network, get friends, and get out of our rut, right? The first part is compartmentalize, to get away with all that stress, wrap it up, put it aside, and then how do you get from point A to point B? First, point A, get out of infrared, like we read in this book, and then how to deal with people, because people is, you need people to succeed in life. You can't succeed without them. Okay, that's it. Time to cook some dinner. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. Yeah, I'll see you during my next rant, I guess.